now, Cosentix.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour. I'm Joe.
And I'm Serena.
And we are here with Dean and Caelynn, who we've actually been here with for about 45 minutes, but we've been having technical difficulties on both of our ends. So welcome back to the podcast, guys.
Thanks for sticking around.
Thanks for having us. Thanks so much for having us. What a real pleasure and treat it is to be here. Hey Joe, what's your handicap at these days?
We recorded about 10 minutes of this podcast already. That is never going to be seen or heard, likely.
Wait, but Dean, when you put in your handicap in the well, we're going to move off of golf, but just real quick, when you put in your handicap at in the email thread, you're like I'm a 19.1. Now you're down to a 9?
No, I was lying about that. I was trying to get as many strokes as I could so I could win some money.
Okay, so I actually if I get at this point I'm like a 30 something, but like if I'm golfing in 2 months in the 80s, I'm gonna beat everyone.
Yeah, I think what Ben's doing too is he locks in your
or
handicap.
Or if you're golfing in the 60s, you're also gonna beat everyone.
Well, I'm just
No, I mean it's true. You're in a good position right now because if you're like a 10 to a 3, where a lot of those people are gonna be, you're not gonna get you could improve by 12 strokes, but those guys aren't gonna improve by 12 strokes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you're gonna win some money down there.
That's what I'm hoping. Anyways, where are you guys? You guys are in Colorado. I'm assuming 20 minutes outside of Aspen.
Yeah, that's a good guess. We're at a higher elevation than Salt Lake City, believe it or not.
This is only going to be funny for us because our listeners don't realize that we've already had this conversation and we're having it a second time for everyone listening.
Where are you guys? Are you in Chicago?
No, we're in New York, but we re-signed in New York for another year.
It started April 1st, right?
April 1st.
Yeah.
And then we're getting an apartment in Toronto where Serena's from.
Nice.
And then I think we're going to be moving to Chicago next year, but we still haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, we moved to New York being like, oh, we'll be here for a year or two. And then year 3 came. We're like, oh, let's sign again. And then the plan was to move to Chicago this year, start saving some money and settling down, quote unquote. And we just couldn't pull the trigger on it. So we resigned. We'll be here for a 4th year. And then maybe next year we'll move. Likely next year we'll move to Chicago.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to.
Well, I gotta say, your apartment is giving new age Gossip Girl, like boohoo chic.
Thank you. We're actually watching Gossip Girl right now.
Do you watch? Have you watched Gossip Girl?
I've seen when Caelynn watches it. I pretend I'm interested in it, and then all of a sudden I'm really hooked in and very invested. So I've watched a little bit of it. Yeah.
Well, you're on the right podcast, buddy, because I'm currently on season 6.
We're on the last season.
This is the first time that I've watched. This is the first time that I've watched Gossip Girl. I've enjoyed it.
You love it.
I do.
Do you know who Gossip Girl is yet?
I don't know, but I'll give you my prediction.
Yeah, I would love to hear.
I think so. I feel like the most obvious person. I fucking hate Rufus, but I think it could be Rufus.
He thinks it's a guy because one of his friends referred to Gossip Girl as he.
I always said it was a guy.
Yeah, but you've had
obvious person to be Gossip Girl, in my opinion. It's got to be Dan. I think it's Dan.
Why do you think it's Dan?
I didn't tell you this. I told my cousin, but I think Dan is the most obvious choice because he's obsessed with the Upper East Side. He's the outsider. He's a writer, and he writes best talking about people that he knows, and he just all of a sudden he wrote a novel pretty quick. He had all that information.
It's so funny because when I watched Gossip Girl for the first time, this is my second time I'm rewatching it with him, I didn't think one time about who Gossip Girl is. I didn't think about it at all. And I feel like that's been the main discussion now, watching it back, knowing, and then hearing who he thinks it's going to be, which has changed.
Well, I've never really cared about who Gossip Girl was, but I just got so sick of wanting Chuck and Blair to work, and it's so frustrating that they just can't make it work to the point now.
Wait, why do you hate Rufus? I've never heard of someone hating Rufus.
I just
he's just at a bad point in season 6 because Rufus is dating Ivy, the con
artist.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
But that's the coolest thing he's done. He just drives me crazy, Rufus. He's just a goody two-shoe Rufus.
Okay. You just want him to have a bit of an
I don't know why I
edge.
said it like that. That was weird. Okay. So you guys are living in Colorado.
If you guys
Uh,
if you guys are ever driving through Carbondale, Colorado, and you see a Wi-Fi name that would maybe resonate with you, the password for that Wi-Fi is XOXO Gossip Girl.
Our Wi-Fi
No
password.
way.
Yeah.
All
Wow.
right.
I
Well,
love-
everyone in your neighborhood's about to steal your Wi-Fi now.
Yeah.
Maybe a bad idea for us to say.
No, it's fine. No one's gonna be driving by our house.
Is this like home for a while? Is this where you guys plan on staying?
I'd like to raise kids here. We've been trying for kids, no luck yet, but I think we have 6 bunk beds here, so it feels like it would be a good sleepover house, and it's fun. We're on a bunch of land, so the kids can just like run free. It's great.
Yeah.
Chase
How
the
is
deer around.
that? Chase the deer. How has that process been? I saw you posted about your like fertility journey, and I feel like there's so many different, obviously, fertility journeys. But I have friends that were like, I didn't want to get pregnant on the first try, and I got pregnant right away, and I thought it was going to take me like 2 years. And then there's people that are like, I thought I was going to get pregnant right away, and it took me so much longer.
Yeah, I thought I would be immediate. My mom got pregnant every time so fast, so easily. So I was like, okay, first time we try, I'm gonna get pregnant. And then
Yeah.
it's not that easy.
It's my fault. I've got bum nards.
We don't know that for sure, but we'll see.
Are you guys getting like testing done and stuff?
I got mine done. I did blood work and an ultrasound on my ovaries. He still has to get his,
Well, I've done a sperm check before, and that was a while ago, and they said I was fine.
kind of,
Kind of.
maybe fine.
Oh no, Dean.
This is a maybe.
Well,
Um,
yeah, I don't know.
are you guys ready for kids? Are you like we want to have kids now?
I feel pretty ready. I turned 30 in a month and a half.
Okay.
So that feels older than I ever thought for kids, but part of me too is like I could wait maybe another year.
hmm
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like ready, but not ready. But I feel like no one's ever fully ready.
Yeah.
And then they have the kids, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I wasn't as ready as I thought I was." If they think they were ready, so it definitely is an interesting moral like dilemma that I'm not faced with, but like I think about it, the pros and the cons probably more often than I should. I'm like, I want to have kids because I think it'd be so much fun to raise kids and be a parent and do all those things. But at the same time, I love to be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want. And if you have kids, you can't necessarily do that.
And you just have to plan your life so much. Like
Yeah.
both of our best friends are getting married. His best friend is marrying my best friend.
Oh my
And-
gosh.
Yeah, in
That's
Ireland.
amazing.
Right? It's so fun. But now I'm like, wait, if we get pregnant today, I might not be able to go to the wedding if I get pregnant next month. So I'm like, shoot, I don't know. But do I really need to wait for that?
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's funny because when we first moved here, we were talking about kids, and she's like, "Well, I just want to have one summer where I don't have to worry about being pregnant, and I can party and party
I did not say that.
and party some more."
I don't know if I've ever. I can't really picture Caelynn partying and partying and
Yeah.
partying some
She
more.
didn't say party, but she wanted to like enjoy, quote unquote, enjoy the summer as like
Yeah.
Chilled red wine. I like
Yeah.
to.
and party and
Yeah.
party. But I feel like we'll always have an excuse to not have them
Yeah.
then at the current time. So I feel like we just gotta rip the cord and do it. But
Just keep trying, I guess.
Were you
It's
guys
hard.
were you
Yeah.
guys considering going to Coachella this year? Is that a thing anymore in your lives?
it was not even within. I never even considered it for a second.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I was watching all the videos and I was like, I'm so happy I'm not there. I wasn't invited, wasn't thinking about going, but it just, yeah, I feel too old.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was, you see everybody posting this week, and I was like, damn, like I wouldn't even no one asked us to go or asked, but like I wouldn't even like have considered.
I didn't even know it was
going.
this weekend until I.
But like
opened my
I'm seeing
phone and
all
I was
the
like,
like
oh, it's
younger
good.
Right.
bachelor people now are all there, and it's like, yeah, used to get
I would-
invited.
I would go if I got paid to go,
Yeah.
Of course. Of
but
course you would.
but I wouldn't go like on my own free volition
Yeah.
or whatever. You
You
know.
wouldn't self-facilitate.
Did you ever get invited to the Masters?
Oh my God, no, be dream come true. But no, I have not. Have you?
No, but I would.
No.
I'd love to. I
I
watched
feel like
it on the weekend.
they don't invite like people. They just
No.
you have to go through the lottery and get it, right?
Oh, really? I think I want to say Joey, who was the Bachelor, was invited last year. I think he
Oh.
was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty
Yeah,
sure
but he's like
something.
way up here and we're like way down here, so it would
I
make
know.
sense for him to get the invite over us.
I know, and we're not getting back up there anytime
No.
soon. So we're just gonna have to win the lottery for sure. Do you guys still own a house in Vegas?
Yeah, we do. We've had tenants there for a year and a half. They just signed for 2 years, so it's pretty easy. Just
Good.
they're really easy tenants, and we got super lucky.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like in in all reality, like we will never live there again, and so we like maybe should sell the house, but we got it in at like the COVID rate of like a 2.9% interest rate, and so it's like
Wow.
it kind of would be silly to get rid of it, I guess.
But it was nice for 3 years living there. We were so close to the airport, an easy airport to fly in and out of, and the summers were brutal, but
Yeah,
every other season was fine.
yeah.
What neighborhood is it? Like Henderson or what's the
Summerlin.
other one?
Summerlin.
Summerlin.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm pro Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. You love Vegas.
I love
you love the
Vegas.
Strip.
Well, no, but I would live in Vegas.
I feel like we don't know enough about life in Vegas.
I've been to Vegas more than I've been anywhere.
I know.
Like
I know
it's
that
true
to be
though. Like
true.
I have. Like
But have you been in suburbia Vegas?
I have.
Okay.
But
Well,
only a hand. Only
you
a
can
hand-
move there,
only a
but
handful
I'm
of
not.
times.
I'm not envisioning my life there. Let's try to get our ass out of New York first.
Are
A
you?
lot of golf out there too, which is nice.
Yeah, yeah. I actually
A lot
just
of golf.
golfed. I just golfed out there, but that's where I golfed the 120.
Nice. What course did you play?
If you say the name, I want to say, was it Revere? It was a public course. It was like 20 minutes from the Strip.
Okay. I probably know it, but I can't think of what it would be off the top of my head.
Okay.
It was one of those funny things too, moving there. Like we bought it because Caelynn had family out there at the time, and it was a good price versus like especially like Los Angeles prices. So we bought it as like an investment and then lived in it. And we actually did enjoy living there more than we thought we would. I was kind of concerned for myself because I love blackjack. Like I could play blackjack all day, every day. But I know that's not like a healthy habit to have. And so when I was like, we're buying a house in Las Vegas, I'm going to literally live at the casino. I was really proud of myself because I probably only went to the casino like once every other month. And I'd
Oh,
only
that's not bad.
yeah, I was like, I would be like living there. I never went, but like if I visit on vacation, I'm like always on the casino floor. So I would like go once every other month, and I would only gamble like $100 at a time. So it was actually a little healthier than I thought it was going to be living out there.
Well, yeah, I mean that's showing some real growth. I feel like if I live there, because when I go there, I gamble like all day, every day. But like if I live there, I don't think I would.
We live in the most important issue.
Right? Hey, it's Chris Sam.
AirMed Care Network.
Waiting for someone like you.
Making goods right here at home.
All the dealers, they all look at me like I'm insane, but I only play the number 31, and I just keep playing it, and I've been winning. Like I'm coming home a winner. I've won the past like 6 times in Vegas, like a good
just
amount. All the
A bunch of money.
yeah, we hit a slot.
And more goods can get to the communities we love. Make momentum happen. Learn more at jpmorganchase.com/impact.
Didn't you win? Didn't you go for your bachelor party and win like a bunch of money?
Yeah, we hit a slot. Me and my buddy hit a slot for $60K. But
What?
I've been playing a lot of. I play a lot of roulette, but I only, which all the dealers, they all look at me like I'm insane, but I only play the number 31, and I just keep playing it, and I've been winning. Like I'm coming home a winner. I've won the past like 6 times in Vegas, like a good
Just
amount.
by betting 31.
Just by basic. Well, I will bet 31, and I'll bet. I was betting 25 for Serena's birthday, and then I
Nice.
found out her birthday is actually the 28th.
Nope, my birthday is the 25th.
Wait, your
That's-
birthday's the 25th?
Yeah, it is.
I think I was betting 28 again.
I don't know what you're doing, but my birthday is the 25th.
Damn.
His mom's birthday is the 31st,
Yeah, that's
which
what,
is the lucky number.
yeah, that's the.
You could just stop betting me. It's just clear. It's okay.
Go
I
ahead.
gotta ask, when you won the 60K, did the trip because it sounds like it was at the start of the trip, did it transform then to be like, we have all of this money to spend on this trip and make it like the best possible trip? Or did you like put a bunch of it away?
I was up going into it, so I was up like we split 60, so 30-30, and then I was up going into it, and then we just had a good time on the trip. It was my bachelor party, so most of the guys were picking up a lot of the tabs anyways, and I just kind of kept gambling, and I just kind of kept building it up.
Nice.
And at one point I was playing blackjack, and I was drunk after the pool, and if I wasn't playing conservative, I would have won a lot of money, but I stopped myself because I could have lost it all, and I didn't want to do that.
Well, good job. I think Serena's probably proud of you for doing that.
So
I'm so
she's made
proud.
me a much more conservative human being, which is great.
Which I think has resulted in you gambling better.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, but enough about me. Are you guys? Because like Dean, can you like build a house from scratch at this point?
I think I could make a fair shot at it. I don't think it would stand very long, but I could probably get it done.
So we just got a cat, and I wanted an external litter box, so it's like living in our garage, but he can like come in and out because he's not an outdoor cat. So he built like a whole house with like siding, like the siding you would see on a house. You can describe it better. I don't really understand what he did.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah, no, I pictured that.
It's basically a mini house. It's like 3 feet by 6 feet, so it's really small, obviously. But it's got like siding, it's got windows, it's got insulation, it's got electricity in it.
Your cat is living in luxury.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We basically added 6 feet of living space to our house. I hope the tax adjusters don't come and start charging more for our property value. But
if I gutted my living room, you could ungut it. Like you could.
I could ungut it. Yeah,
remodel
I could regut it, I guess.
And how long would that take you?
Well, it depends. I mean, Caelynn's probably got some stuff to say about this. I've got this issue where I'll start a project and I'll get like 90% of the way done with it. And then I'm like, you know what? I think this is done enough for me to move on to the next thing. So there's a few things around the house where it's like for instance, I redid our pantry and it's like 90% of the way, like it's totally done and usable, but I wanted to add like 2 extra outlets and I didn't finish the backsplash. And now it's like, who knows when that's going to get finished soon. It's going to get finished soon. Yeah. It's going to get finished soon.
Caelynn, how does that make you feel?
The pantry one is a bit it's like an inconvenience because
it's so much better than it used to be though.
Totally. He did a really good job. But all of our appliances live in the pantry, and the goal was to have that outlet so we never have to like bring them in the kitchen.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the one thing I'm missing, and the backsplash isn't done.
But you should have seen this pantry before I got my hands on it. It was just like little plywood shelves. Now we got marble countertops, floating shelves, little
So it's
storage.
like, what's gonna happen first, the baby or the pantry?
Right.
I think once the baby, well, this is my plan. Once Caelynn gets pregnant, I think I'm going to stop drinking alcohol. Not like saying like, I don't know. It's kind of weird to have that stipulation, but my brother did that. My brother had his second child like a year and a half ago. And when his wife got pregnant with the second baby, he hasn't had a drink since then. So like a little over 2 years. And I admire him so much and I want to be just like him in every single way. And so my logic is once Caelynn gets pregnant, I'm going to do the same thing. And I feel like once that happens, I'll be just more productive and capable as a human being in general. And I don't know if I'll actually be able to do it, but that's like my mindset going into it at least.
Are you like an everyday drinker? Like, will you have like a beer every night or something?
It's like a social weekend, and it's like warming up here, so it's more like socially outside.
I usually drink on the golf course, but actually just this season specifically, I've been walking a lot more. I've been walking 18 holes, so it's like 7 miles, and you like don't have a cup holder, so I'm not drinking on the golf course, which has been really nice. But yeah, I drink like maybe twice a week, so not a lot, but not never.
Do you Zen?
I do.
Second he wakes up.
Do Zen. Do you?
What? Yeah, but I've really stopped the past couple of weeks just because I don't know. Like, I mean, I really enjoy them, but I just know it's probably not great for you. I also definitely feel like my heart rate being elevated when I do. Are those 3s, 6s? What are you doing?
They're 6s.
6s, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's I got to a point where 3s just were like just not cutting it.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, then if I do drink, then I'll smoke somebody's vape, and that's a whole thing.
There are times it hasn't happened. Like this is like a couple years ago, but I would like throw a Zen in and then drink an energy drink, and I would just be sitting there. I could like feel my heart beating, and I was like, this can't be healthy for me. Yeah. Like this is not a good thing right now. Yeah. But I'm trying to cut down as well. I'm doing less than I used to.
That's good.
So in solidarity with Caelynn's future pregnancy, you'll be sober. Does that include the Zins?
No, the Zins will probably stick around a little bit longer.
Sorry, Caelynn.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, I'm not condoning anyone to start doing Zin, but it is kind of, for me, it's like an oral fixation thing. Like it's like chewing a piece of gum.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, why don't you chew gum?
I'm not going to chew gum. I'm not going to chew gum all day long. That's too much gum.
I honestly think I would say gum might be worse.
No, get out of here with that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things in gum.
There's a lot of things in Zins too.
It's just salt, basically.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm like, you have motivated me to get a pack after this podcast. So
Thanks, Dean. Thanks. You guys are not welcome back.
Well, it's tough. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in New York they don't do the flavors, right? Because California is the same way, I think.
no, New York has the flavors.
They
you
do.
can get
Okay.
flavors, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get flavors.
Because I know in California, all my friends that do it, they can only buy like the flavorless stuff. And if that were the case here, which like we live in like a pretty progressive valley, so I'm surprised that there's only like 2 shops in the whole valley that sells them in flavors. But if I couldn't get the citrus flavor, I probably would just stop altogether because I don't like the menthol or like the regular
Mint.
chill, whatever it is.
Oh yeah. Okay, moving on from Zins. You guys are. I heard you guys are starting your own podcast. Is that something that I heard?
Yeah, it's on the to-do list.
We went under.
Yeah.
So wait, it was Help I Suck at Being Married.
Dating, right?
Well,
Oof. It went through a lot of name changes.
It started at Help I Suck at Dating, and then it went to
Hope We Suck at Being Newlyweds.
Help, which is just a mouthful, and then it went to
And this
Suckers.
was with Jared.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I enjoyed podcasting. I mean, you guys might be able to weigh in on this too. Like before I started my and I'm going to be the first one to say my podcast was never good. And then when Caelynn came on, it got a little bit better, obviously. But I'm just like not much of like a storyteller. I tend to like speak really fast and mumble and ramble, like all these things that aren't necessarily good for podcasting. But when I started podcasting, I noticed like just in like everyday conversation with my friends, I was like telling better stories and I just like felt more comfortable talking. So I do think like from the personal side of it, I benefited a little bit from having the podcast. And there is like a weird thing about telling the world about everyday life that you're going through and then all of a sudden not being able to do that. Like,
Yeah. I also think like we're pretty private people. Like we share our lives on Instagram, but not like the full extent. And I think the podcast was a way to like share our lives a little bit better.
yeah. And I don't know about you guys, but I hate social media right now for whatever reason. Like Instagram, I never post there anymore, partly because my life is way less exciting. And the other part is like I'll just like see other people post, like just like scrolling the reels, like the Discover reels. I'm like, these people are out of their minds. Like, what's going on? And then I get discouraged to like even want to do anything with it too. But hopefully that comes back at some point because obviously that's a big money generator for us, and it kind of sucks to not do it. But
I mean,
yeah,
honestly, you kind of sound like me. I'm very similar. Like I have like. Unless I like the only time I usually post is if I'm just like in the moment, I pick up my phone, I talk, and then I just say, I'm just going to release that.
Yeah.
And it usually doesn't really do well. And that's just how I look at it now. But
I think that's the best way to do it too. I there was a time in my life where I was doing that and I felt really good about it too. Cause you would just be like, I'll just post whatever. Like it doesn't matter. But now since I don't post anymore, I feel like every post has to be something more significant, but it's so stupid for me to think that way. You know? I don't know.
Caelynn, you post a lot, right?
Yeah, I post way more than him. And I'm trying to get on him to be like, post the cat house, post the pantry, like post all of his DIY stuff. He like built these benches from the wall. Like, what do you call it? Built-in benches. But yeah, he hasn't done that. But I post quite a bit.
I'm just really critical of my work. So whenever I finish something, I like point out all the flaws. And I'm like, I don't want to post this because everyone's going to see how much I suck. But in reality, it might not be as bad as I think, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I could never build a cat house, so you beat me there. Like
Joe's not handy.
Yeah, no. Well,
No,
yeah, no.
I mean, hey, you guys, you're city folk, you know? You don't need to build
Yeah.
anything.
exactly. We don't have space to build anything, even if
Now, what's the new podcast going to be about?
Absolutely nothing.
Well, jeez Louise.
Subscribe right now. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review.
Kind of
Show
similar
about
to
nothing.
the one with Jared, like our lives and updates and travel, kind of a wide variety.
Yeah. The goal is we kind of have disagreements about this, but I want to like self-publish and not try to monetize it at all, especially at first, because, you know, we're not really going to, in my opinion, have that many listeners, I guess, at the end of the day, because we're not very interesting. But
yeah,
I
but
think
I'm
it's
sure there'll be people that used to listen to you guys on Suckers, I Suck at Dating.
I
and
mean,
Suck
I
at
think
Being
we
Newlyweds
think
that are
you're
going to come over.
Yeah, and we think you're interesting. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like we were excited when you guys were coming on the podcast. We're like, this will be easy. Well, I didn't know it was going to take 45 minutes for us to get going. But I mean, we find you interesting.
And that's kind of the thing too. I'm sure you guys feel this way too. It's like there are so many times where, at least for me, I'm like, I can't believe people would even want to listen to us talk about anything. But at the end of the day, I guess, yeah, there are, like people are invested for whatever reason, and I guess it's just important to remind yourself that, or to me, I'm talking to myself here, that people are interested.
That's a qualm. I'm like, he talks himself down nonstop, but he's like going to Bolivia in 2 weeks to hike 100 miles.
Mm-hmm.
He does small things.
Wait,
He
wait,
just
You're going to Bolivia to hike 100 miles? Really? 100?
think so.
It's like 140.
Oh, so more.
Yeah, thank you.
Is it with a group? Like, are you like taking turns, or is it you're doing the full?
No, it's with the same guys I went to Pakistan with a couple years ago, and we hiked. I think it was like 100 something through the Himalayas there, and so we're basically just doing. It's like a trekking thing. So we're just gonna like climb some mountains and hike from A to B, sort of thing. I don't really know. I just got invited, and I just said yes, and I gave him some money, and then I haven't really done any research on it, so I'm not really sure what to expect. But
Caelynn, do you ever like fear for his life?
In Pakistan, yeah. Because I was at Sarah and Wells's wedding with you guys, and that's when like all the flooding in Pakistan happened, and it was a little scary, and he didn't have a phone on him. This time he'll bring a phone, like what is it called?
satellite.
Satellite phone. Yeah.
Satellite phone.
So it should be better, maybe safer.
The thing is, like, I'm just like never gonna hurt myself.
Yeah,
Well,
someone
let's hope
died on
not.
his Pakistan trip, so
Yeah,
Oh,
but it wasn't
really?
me. I will not. I tell Caelynn this all the time, and she gets so mad at me. I think I'm gonna live to be like 140 years old, and it just sucks because I'm gonna be like a widow for the last 50 years of my life.
yeah.
How long is that hike? Well, is that like 140 miles in a week?
It's about 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
So you probably do like 10 miles, well, maybe like a little over 10 miles a day, summiting mountains a couple days, and some days are easy, some days are hard, but it'll be nice because part of the reason I agreed to it, when I went to Pakistan, I lost like 20 pounds because I was hiking a lot, obviously. I wasn't drinking alcohol. I stopped eating meat out there because it made me sick.
And they were carrying the meat with them, walking the meat with them,
Yeah.
if you know what I'm saying.
If you know what I mean.
Yikes.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
so and I don't know about you, Joe, but like I don't like going to the gym anymore. Now that I'm married, gym to like try to not be single anymore. And now that I'm married, I'm like, well, she's agreed to be with me for life. So if I gain a couple pounds, there's she can be mad, but she's not going to leave me for being a couple pounds overweight.
You're saying a lot of crazy stuff. On this podcast.
I was gonna say, Caelynn, how does that make you feel?
And then what's funny is
Keep going, please.
this is bad. I
What's
promise.
funny, Dean? What's funny?
Right. So right before our wedding, I set the goal to climb all the 14ers in Colorado before we got married. So there's 58 of them. And so I spent the whole summer climbing all the mountains in Colorado. And I still felt like I would like look in the mirror. I've got body dysmorphia, by the way. I would look in the mirror and I would be like, you're still just so out of shape and you're so ugly, blah, blah, blah. And then she sent me a video of us right before the wedding. Just like last week, she showed it to me. And I was like, oh my God, I was so skinny and so hot. But I couldn't see it at the time. It's only like in retrospect, I'm able to look back and be like, wow, I actually was in really good shape, even though I kept telling myself I wasn't in good shape,
That's literally Joe.
Yeah.
You too have body
Yeah,
dysmorphia.
this podcast has fucked me up. So, I was gonna go to the gym after this, and now I'm going down to the store and buying Zins, and I'm gonna
and just let yourself go.
You married me, Serena. You deal with it. Kayla, what are you gonna do when he's gone in Bolivia for 2 weeks?
I might do like some girls' trips. The problem is we don't like to leave our animals. Like we have to send our dog to daycare, which we don't love to do. So I'll probably be here, maybe have some like girlfriends over to the house. I don't know. I'm kind of excited to be alone, read a lot,
Yeah.
do nothing.
Do you guys have
I
any?
really like enjoy the time I have at the house by myself because I feel like I get a lot done. Like I clean a lot more. I get a lot of more work done. It's nice.
I am so much more productive when Joe's gone too.
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is.
I think I don't know what it is either, but I'm just way more down to like chill and do nothing when he's here. And then
Your
the minute he's
entertainment's gone.
I'm like, let me deep clean every room.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm the
for
opposite.
it.
I feel like I'm more productive when Caelynn's around.
You need accountability.
I guess I need to be held accountable. Exactly. If she's not around, I'm like, oh, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Might as well crack a beer right now.
Do you guys have any joint trips planned?
We are going to LA this weekend.
Yeah,
Is that it?
For-
I think that's it.
I do think
that's
that's
great.
it as well.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Caelynn, are you working with Audible now? Are you doing something with Audible?
I'm narrating a book, yes. And
That's
it's
so cool.
way harder than I thought. I think I'm too much of a perfectionist. I like have re-recorded chapter 1 100 times, but maybe once I get the hang of it, it'll be more fun.
I feel
I
like
don't
that
know.
would be really. I feel like that would be really difficult. Like we just watched Severance,
Mhm.
and the season finale, the author of the book like did a book reading. I was like, this is why I would never write a book. I don't think I'd be capable of writing a book. But if I did, I would never want to then write it and then read the whole fucking thing in a room.
Well, I don't think you read the whole thing. I think
Oh,
it's
really?
No, you just typically read an excerpt from the book or like a
Oh.
chapter or something.
Oh, I thought they
That'd
sat
be
there
like
and read
8
the whole-
hours.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's
Severance-
crazy how long
Severance
this is
is
gonna
fictional. So I think that was to align with like the quirky character.
Yeah, but I always thought about that. I was like, the one issue with if I was ever to write a book is then I have to go do a reading and read the whole
Yeah,
book.
well, that's Caelynn's new job.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, every book has different characters, but this is a fantasy book and there's like so many characters and so many voices. And I'm like, shit, I
Oh,
think
you have to do voices.
Are you doing voices?
overestimated. I'm trying. It's
Can
really
you say
hard.
what book it is or no?
I don't know, but I don't know.
That's okay. It's a fantasy book.
Can
Yeah.
you give us a different voice?
No, absolutely not. I honestly don't know if I'll ever share the name of the book because I don't want people to hear my voice. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I'm so curious. So how long does that take? If you're like from start to finish, how long do you estimate it's going to take?
I think the whole book will be about 5 to 6 hours. So it'll take a lot because I'm editing everything also. So I'm recording it and then putting it into an audio editor. And
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. I had to send in like a 15-minute mark for the author to approve. And she was like, sounds great. So I have like full range now to just record.
Ooh, there's
Did
a
you
teaser.
read-
It's a female author.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ah. Did you read the book before?
No. So I was applying on ACX, which is an Audible site, and got accepted for this one.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's so
Nice.
cool. Oh my gosh.
And then, do you guys met in Paradise, and Paradise is coming back. Yes, and Paradise is coming back this year. Will you watch it?
I think I'll watch it.
Yeah, we need to catch up. I feel like we've missed a few seasons, so we don't know the characters. We need to catch up and like really know who we're watching. But actually, maybe it's more fun to not know the characters. I wonder.
Paradise
I mean,
is like Paradise is the best in my opinion, as someone that doesn't really watch much reality television as it is. But like Bachelor and Bachelorette are great shows in their own right, of course, but there's just a lot of like fluff that I don't as an individual really care about. Like I don't care about the backstories and all the sad moments. I want a bunch of hot drunk people on a beach making bad decisions. And that's exactly what Paradise is. So that's I won't really watch the main shows all that much, but I don't mind watching Paradise because it's the most like the flow is the best in my
It's
opinion.
so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's just so much more opportunity for like a variety of storylines.
Yeah.
Well, did you see they're bringing the Golden Bachelor contestants down as well?
Oh,
Wait, really?
that's so funny.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so
they
fun.
announced it at Grand Finale. So they haven't said how it's going to work, but they're integrating the Golden Bachelor contestants with the regular Bachelor and Bachelorette contestants.
Oh, I love that. That's gonna be so fun to watch.
Would you guys go host a date if they asked?
100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We love Paradise.
It's one of those things where we'll like say yes to anything for the most part. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
if the Bachelor producers are out there listening, we're available whenever you need us.
There's a little Dean will say no to.
Yeah.
I don't
It
know.
would be
Coachella
nice.
would be one of them though.
Yeah.
What would be one of them?
Coachella.
Coachella.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I agree. I would. Yeah, I do miss like it would be nice to go back and just kind of like smell the air. You know, it has like a distinct smell that's going to bring me back.
Like
to,
tropical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sentimental going back. It's nostalgic.
Okay, guys, we took up a lot of your time today. Think that's it for the episode. Thank you so much for taking the time and hopping on Bachelor Happy Hour. You guys have a podcast coming out. If you want to plug it now.
Yeah, what's it going to be called?
We're still
That's a
working.
great
We're still
question.
workshopping the name here. We're gonna figure it out. I want something
Okay.
wordplay with Belle, but it's hard to do.
Ah. Ring the bell. Ring the bells.
Ring the bell.
Yeah, that was an option. That was our wedding well, that was the wedding hashtag that I used. I don't know if anyone else used it, but
Yeah, just you.
You could do Saved by the Bells.
Saved by the
Ooh,
Bells. Is that a copyright
that
issue?
might be
But I like
that
it.
might be the new first position right there.
That's not
Saved
bad.
by the
Saved
Bells.
by
Wait,
the
I
Bells.
really
Think of
like that.
Yeah.
That's so much better than anything I've thought of, and I've been thinking for months on that.
Genius.
Wow.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. And to all our listeners, thank you guys for tuning into Bachelor Happy Hour. Make sure you download and subscribe to the podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. Listen to Dean and Caelynn's upcoming podcast when it comes out. Listen to her Audible book. Dean, good luck on your hike. Good luck on your guys' fertility journey. We're wishing you the best. And thank you for listening to Bachelor Happy Hour. Bye.